Ooh, it has a nice fresh PCB smell to it. Smells like factory workers dying in the process. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Justin, and on today's All Tech Dream, yes, we are doing the PC-DC server again, but doing it with a Raspberry Pi. Because ultimately, a PC-DC server is really just using a Dreamcast and a computer. That's all it really is, and that's all it ever was. It just so happens that somebody was able to take some time out and create a version of Linux that does that all for us. And this is it. Nice, hot, and fresh SD card. We, of course, have the Raspberry Pi 3 Model B. This is one of the more recent revisions, and of course it offers a lot of varying things. More specifically, what is this? More specifically, it offers things like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and a quad-core CPU, among other things. But, wow, look at that PCB. That is some hotness. Ooh, it has a nice, fresh PCB smell to it. Smells like factory workers dying in the process. And finally, we have this magical little thing. Sent straight from New Hampshire, it is a Dreamcast Live USB modem. Or, as it should be simply described, it is a Dell and or Lenovo modem that got modified to have a line voltage inducer inside of it, basically eliminating any need for one of those things. Things like a 9-volt adapter and whatnot. But yeah, this is what it is. What is with this tag here? So, anyway, now we have all of that squared away. Let's get to the main job, which is to, of course, set the Raspberry Pi up as a DreamPi unit, because that is ultimately what the point of this is. We're going to be turning this Raspberry Pi into a DreamPi, taking advantage of this little USB modem and the SD card. Let's get going here. Alright, here we have a little computer known as the HP X2. I did a video on this running Linux recently, and as you can see, they're actually, the Dreamcast Live community is still fairly up to date, doing things like little racing games like Pod Speed Zone. Looks like it's on the Dreamcast channel, fair enough. But our big job is to get this SD card configured with the DreamPi image. DreamPi image being a file that will run the DreamPi operating system, which is basically a form of Linux that's been configured with certain rules in mind. So, little micro SD card slot there. Now it's in. See if I can go to it. Whoa. Many window was open from that. Hey, there's the SD card. But that's not the biggest deal. Let's go back to the Edge browser so we can download a thing. Okay, well, that's going to take a minute. Yeah, because we're talking at least 5 minutes to download that. So Rufus is a bootable drive software, much like Win32 Disk Imager, but it's better, and that it actually was recently updated May 29th. So reasonably up to date. Let's save this file. And we still are only at 41% on the DreamPi download, so I'm going to stop this recording here. So here we have the DreamPi 1.6 image file, which I'm going to just copy over. Oh, for the love of God. Okay. So, now that we finally copied over the DreamPi 1.6 image, it's now time to go to Rufus, the software needed to, of course, do this job. So we already have it set up to the 7.6 gigabyte, 7.9 gigabyte file. We're now going to go out of our way to... So here's our image file. We'll just open that. Doesn't look like there's anything too important needing to worry about, so we're just going to go ahead. Warning, all data will be destroyed. Well, good thing there's no data. Oh my god. Yeah. This is going to take forever. I'll spare you the time I spent waiting on this thing, because now we have the SD card, and how does this go? This way. As soon as it's in, I guess that's it. Now, let's get this thing figured out. So I will spare you guys a lot of the hassle that involved configuring this thing, because I required getting a USB stick, in fact, because this is formatted as ext4 now. Can't actually access that on Windows. So, had to get a USB stick, throw the Wi-Fi config deb file onto it, plug it in here, figure out how to mount it from the command line, which is actually a lot easier than I thought. I already had the commands, I just didn't realize I was pathing in correctly. Dev SDA1, always helpful. Got that all configured. Wi-Fi seemed to work just fine. I'm using the 2.4 gigahertz band. You will notice the modem is right there. So why am I not just directly connecting it? Because I'm a buffoon. Because who needs wires? Don't ask, don't question it, just do it. So, here's the connection from the Dreamcast into the little modem. Simple stuff there. Plug that into a USB port. And I don't really need anything else, so I'm just going to plug power in like that. So, reading Kazade's guide on how to configure it, I'm getting the weird feeling I may have to go back to the keyboard and HDMI solution so I can configure this. We've done all this stuff before on the old PCDC server. But let's throw me a bone here. Let's see if anything just works. I've forgotten how the controls on this system work. Here we go. So as it turns out, there was a problem with regards to the power draw. I didn't give it enough power. This little USB solution wasn't enough. I have it plugged into a AC adapter right now. But also, with regards to getting it connected, I need to change all of this because it's looking for the wrong things. Because of course it was set up for originally having all this stuff just kind of work. So that's the DNS. Type in anything here, type in anything here, type in anything here. Type at least one digit there. I also have a problem regarding the key map, so I can't actually do a DMSG greps to figure out whether or not there's any progress going on with all of these things. Hey. Oh. Oh, it's redirecting to DreamPi. It... Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. This would have taken 2 hours for the Dreamcast to connect to if we were using the old solution. Holy crap. DreamPi thinking. That's amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god, look how fast that is. It was creeping on the old solution. Oh, gee. Would you look at this? This could provide some weird results, but holy shit, it's working. Look how insane that is right now. Hey, there I am. But holy shit. It's online. There's one more test we have to do, and that was the Quake 3 Arena thing. Because that's one that didn't work before.
Strike.
Pretty good stuff. Go the internet game, because obviously we have to. Username. Alt X. It's already dialing through. Oh my god, would you look at this? This doesn't have a very good ping, but these do. And it's still Britain. The longest yard. Oh, no name right now. That was interesting. Okay.
You are tied for the lead.
Was kicked. Okay. Oh god, this is super weird. Oh, gosh.
The lead.
Oh, this feels very wrong. It still feels so wrong. It was wrong when I did it in the first place, and it's wrong now. I have a rocket launcher. Please don't come near me. I will fucking eat you. Nope. Oh god, what have I done? And as a final little piece for today's All-Tech Dream, I decided I was going to throw in a little extra bit here. I went out to my other town, went and saw Deadpool 2. Pretty cool movie. Go and see it if you can. But I also hit up my local game store to see if I could score anything else, because I don't really have that many Dreamcast games. And I found a pretty cool thing. It is a, still under wraps it appears, fresh copy of the Sega Dreamcast web browser, the Planet Web. I'm going to assume that it is the original version 1, given that it has a date of 1999. This would have probably been bundled into your copy, into your Dreamcast purchase when you got it. This along with a copy of Virtua Tennis, of course, but that's a whole nother story. And, well, we're going to do a little bit of a unwrapping, because I don't have a genuine Dreamcast to unbox, but hopefully this is good enough. This plastic is pretty good. It didn't quite make, Eesh, there we go. Yeah, there we are. Because that was a good note. Planet Web 3.0 was only obtainable through Sega back when they still had it. You were only able to order it by just going to Sega. I don't think you ordered it. I think they would give it to you for free if you could just prove you had other versions of Planet Web or a Sega Dreamcast. That is the wrap off, and yeah, that looks pristine, man. That looks great. Wow. And we pop it open. Oh, yeah, that is thick. That gives you all the information. And, yeah, Planet Web. Wired by WorldNet Service, AT&T. That's incredible. Oh, that is... Look at the documentation. Question is that multilingual, or is that just... 29 pages telling you everything you need to know. Nope, that is not. That is everything you need to know about Planet Web 1.0. Ooh. They made a lot of optimizations with later versions, as far as I can tell. But that is pretty cool, in my opinion. I am glad about that. There we are. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching today's All Tech Dream. I think this is going to be the last of the Dreamcast DC PC server related videos for the time being. That said, I will still be exploring the Raspberry Pi and probably that Dreamcast Live modem for some other intentions in the time being. But, yeah, this is everything I've got with the Dreamcast thus far. Couple games, your browser. Yes, there are some burns of stuff, but that's inevitable in this line of work. Let's not just forget the USB reader. Yes, this is everything, and most importantly, thank you to Kazade for creating the DreamPi image, and thank you to PC Wizard for creating the awesome little Dreamcast Live modems, which, I mean, realistically, they're just brand name Lenovo or Dell modems, but they've obviously been modified with a line voltage inducer, but it saves us the trouble of having to buy or make another one of those with like a 9-volt battery or something. This is a pretty vital thing, and it's really awesome to see the Dreamcast community coming alive and really pushing for the continued vitalization of the Dreamcast platform. If I do another video on the Dreamcast, I might look into some type of internal modification, because honestly, the GD-ROMs are definitely starting to go awry, and if I keep going with this burn disk nonsense, which I prefer not to do, but I kind of came into the Dreamcast at a bad time, yeah, it's probably going to be necessary. So something like a G1ATA mod, or maybe even something as simple as the Dream PSU mod, those might be in the future. We'll have to see. But with that said, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to do one of these yourself, just get yourself a Raspberry Pi and get in touch with PC Wizard. His website for all this type of stuff is going to be in the description below. The Dreamcast Live scene is pretty alive right now. And if you are ever interested in playing with me, if you have something like this already set up, just watch out for the Wednesday game nights. I'm probably going to show up on there Check out dreamcast.online/now. You can probably see a bunch of the people that are playing. You might just see my name pop up. But yeah, with that said, thank you all very much for watching.